Hi, I'm Martha Higdon, National Educator with Handy Quilter. I'm always out teaching and I'm always telling people that I like things that are fast and fun. So I'm just going to show you what quilt I'm getting ready to do. I have a quilt that's due here in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks maybe. Dennis needs a quilt for his newest grandbaby and we're just going to do some strip quilting. So I've loaded my backing and it's at least 45 wide. My strips are jelly rolls, so they're about 37 to 40. So I just cut a bunch of strips because I'm going to be piecing them and quilting them on the long arm. So what I've done is I have placed my square foot. It comes in a set of 2. I have my 1/4 inch square foot on, but you also have a 1/2 inch square foot as well. So I've already put that on. First thing I'm going to do, like I said, I have my backing and my batting. You'll want to do a little bit of math beforehand to know what size you need. I did put my ruler base on. Now I have Pro Stitcher, so I can turn on Pro Stitcher channel lock horizontal, and I'm going to get my first one, so I have my first straight line to start with. So I'm going to go across. Turn horizontal back off. I'm going to take my lights off so that there's no glare. And when I have my first line done, I take horizontal off. I yank my thread, move it away, pick up the bottom thread, and move it back, needle down, needle up. And then I'm going to trim both of my threads. Today I'm working on my Handy Quilter Fusion. So I have my first strip, and I'm going to place it right on that line, so that at least I know I'm going to start off with a straight line. Okay. Now I can leave I can turn my horizontal channel lock back on, or I can use a ruler, or I can use the side of the square foot to get a straight line. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the first line down. And this time, I'm going to go ahead and do the horizontal channel lock, place it back down. Okay, take my horizontal line back off, and then can smooth this out. And then I can take row number 2 and I'm going to place right sides together. You notice that my strips are not the same. You could have a bunch of jelly rolls. This one I just don't have the same length. I'm going to come down my side, and then I'm actually going to go back across. I'm going to turn my gears off. So disengage the gears because I want to do some free motion. So I'm going to do some free motion here before I put on the second one. It's kind of like a strip and go. Now I have it quilted down. Now I can take my second row and place over top. And then I can come down to the side here. And since I disengaged my gears, I no longer have channel lock. So I am going to use one of my straight edge rulers. This one here is called the Handy Gadget 2x10 Skinny Ruler. And I have my ruler base on and I have my square foot. And I'm going to use my ruler to help keep it straight across. Smooth it out, reposition my ruler. A little bit slower with the ruler. Remember, I have my ruler base on, so it's hitting my clamps off to the side, so I'd need my backing to be a little bit bigger, so I wouldn't hit the sides. Go all the way across, and I stop, I remove, I put my ruler back in my tool tray, and then I can flip this down. If you have a cordless iron, or if you have one of those wooden tools, you could press it, or you can just finger press it. Again, I'm going to come back across with the free motion design. I'm just doing circles. Now, if you didn't want to come back doing free motion designs, you can definitely cut off here and then come back down here and put another strip in. You don't have to quilt as you go, but I'm trying to do the piecing and the quilting all at once. I have my next strip. I lay it right sides together. Looks like my strips are not all the same size, so I will have to trim that up at the end. I'm going to come back across. And this time I'm just going to use the bottom of my foot instead of trying to use the ruler, and I'm just going to keep it where the side of my foot is doing my 1/4 inch. My ruler base hit my clamps again. I have to move them off. I get off to the side over here. Probably should have took my lights off so this thing's not in my way. Go ahead and remove that. Again, I finger press. Come back across with free motion. Off this side a little bit. I take my next strip, right sides together. This was just leftover fabrics I had already cut off, and then I'm actually using leftover pieces of batting, and I'll show you that when I get ready to turn the quilt or advance the quilt. So I'm coming off to the side now, so I come in off to the side, my 1/4 inch. The side of my foot is going to help me keep straight. Because I've been free motioning a long time, I can pretty much eyeball it, but if you're new to free motion, you probably want to use your channel lock either through your computer or on your wheels, or use a ruler. Once I get to the end, I stop off to the side, I finger press down. Could use the base of your ruler base to help press it down. And I come back, again, just do a circle. Get to this end. Now I want to do an advancement of the quilt. One, because I want to put some more batting down and some more strips. So these are my strips. I have them in order of how I wanted to lay out the quilt. I'm going to place those on my tool tray, and then I'm going to advance my quilt top. So my needle is in the down position. You don't have to, but that's where I kept it because I haven't cut my threads. I undid my clamps. I am then going to unhook the ratchet, and I'm going to advance the quilt. ratchet back down, I attach my clamps on the sides. Now you can use a full piece of batting, or you could put the two battings together with some tape. I'm just gonna lay that over and have another piece that I'm just using up my spares. And I'm going to place it down. And I can use my pole cradles, lift my pole, place my batting underneath it. Sometimes I will do the zigzag stitch. Sometimes I will put the two together, or most of the time I use that tape across. This time I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to put my pole cradle back down. And now I'm ready for my next row of strips. I have my next strip. Place it on top. And this is what I'm going to do. Continue all the way through till I have all the strips done. I need my clamps on this side here. You'll know right away when you don't have those clamps on. It adds just a little bit of the stability. So my two side clamps are on. And now I can go back across. Get to the end, and I'm out of bobbin thread. And we're gonna have to replace my bobbin, clean and oil. And to clean and oil, because it's a fusion, I cannot use can air. I'm going to use my brush and a little bit of oil. I clean up underneath there, and I put one dab of oil. I do this after every bobbin change. That way I know I've done it every time. Then I'll put that in my tool tray so I know where it's at next time. What did I do with my bobbin? There it is. I just test my bobbin. I want to make sure that it stands up in my palm and that it comes out nice and easily. And I will place it in there. Till I hear the pop. I go back to where I ran out. Needle down, needle up. Bring the bobbin thread to the top. I'm in free motion, so I've got to do my little locking stitches. And away I go. Off to the end, I can cut that strip. And I finger press. I come back across. Off to the side, and I have my batting here lined up pretty good. I got a little overlapping, a little bit. I'll try to make that not overlap. I get my next strip, right sides together. We're doing a flip and turn. We're doing a quilt as you go. Many different ways you can call this. Across, flip and turn. Now this is where we're at with the batting. So what we're going to do is just fill over top of it. side, my next flip and turn, always making sure that batting is flat. And I line up right sides together. Since this is a baby quilt, it's about 38 by probably 50. Get to the other end, you flip and turn. See how simple and easy? We're just going to use up our jelly rolls, our strips of fabric, so I don't have to piece it on my regular machine and bring it to the long arm. I can actually do it right here. It's a simple, easy quilt. Here I'm going to circles all the way back. Free motion back, I'm just making circles and loops. I'm trying to make them equally spaced, but it's just free motion, having fun, being organic. I get ready for my next flip and turn. And you can do any size quilt you want. I just happen to be doing a baby size quilt. You wouldn't absolutely need your ruler base on unless you're using the ruler. But I'm just using the side of that square foot as my gauge, so that I know it's a 1/4 inch. Get off to the edge, I flip and turn. This is a good way to use up your fabrics. It's a good way to practice some free motion quilts, and it's an easy way to get a quilt done in a hurry. Come back across. I got another one. I'm going to flip. I could probably get one more row before I have to advance the quilt again. My main thing is I'm lining up all my strips on the left-hand side. I will trim off the right-hand side. Come back in 1/4 inch down. Actually, I had 2 strips there. Flip and turn, finger press it down, gonna come back across. Get to the end, I'm going to put my needle down. I've already got these clamps undone. I unclamp this, take off my ratchet, and I will advance. Let's move my strips so I don't get them out of order. Place them on my tray. I'm going to advance slowly because I got the needle in the down position. Now, before you get started, you would want to measure to make sure you have the right size quilt that you're making. You want to make sure that you have enough batting and backing. So you would do your pre-measurements before. I'm going to put my clamps back on the side. one's a little bit more difficult because my tray is in the way, but my tray is nice because it has all my stuff that I need, my rulers, my foot. Alrighty, so got this back out. I bring my strips back over, but I know I'm not going to use this strip because I wouldn't put two side by side like that. So I'll move that one off to the side. And then I'm going to place right sides together, lining up from the left side. And then I'm going to come down using the side of my foot as a 1/4 inch. I will demo the ruler again, any straight edge ruler. And line it up here if you want to be more precise on your 1/4 inch. I go till I can't go any further. I remove the ruler, reposition the ruler. Go to where I can't go any further, reposition the rular. You only want the ruler in front of your foot just so you don't lose control. If you feel like you're losing control, you need to reposition your hands. All the way to the end. I'll put my ruler back in my tray. I'm going to do a flip and turn. Flip and turn. If you feel like your foot is getting a little loose, you can tighten it back up a little bit. Just paying attention to that. And then back across. This is the last strip, and I'm going to place it right sides together, same as before. And I'm going to come back across, straight line. As you know, I'm a little bit faster just doing it by eyeballing the square foot. But if you're more of a perfectionist and want that straight line, you're going to use the ruler, or you're going to use the channel lock on your Pro Stitcher, or you're going to use the channel lock on your wheels. So last one across. Again, these are simple, easy gifts. These aren't anything major. We're just having fun. Get off to the last row. I'm going to finger press this down. And I'm going to come back across. I do know this is my last row, but what I want to do is go ahead and base the last row around because I'm going to put my binding strips on while it's on the long arm. So I'm going to reduce my number down to 5 or 4 because my fusion will only go to 4. My forte has a basting stitch, but my fusion only goes down to 4 stitches per inch. So I'll do 4 and I'll come across the end. Just to get the bottom basted down. And when I'm done, I can then pull my thread and actually trim off my threads. Okay, so this is a real easy way to make a quilt. If I am going to put the binding strips on it, but you'll see that in another video of how to do binding. So if you need a quick gift or you want something fast, All you do is get your jelly rolls, get strips of fabrics, and you have a quick little easy baby gift with strips across. Now you could put some more embellishments on this quilt. You could do couching across your lines if you wanted to, or couching in between here. I can couch a name on the quilt top itself, but that is a really simple and easy way to piece a quilt on your long arm using the HQ square foot 1/4 inch. Then put your binding on it, and then your quilt will be done in no time. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and look for more on my YouTube channel, Quilting by Martha. Please like my page and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'd love to hear from you. Happy quilting.